Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa wala. Brothers and sisters, we all know the story of Prophet Adam alayhi salam, right? And his wife Hawa, the story of them, in Jannah, and then, the shaitan's waswasa and them eating from the apple, and them getting rejected out of Jannah. But have you truly actually reflected on what happened in this instance? So, as we know, when Adam alayhi salam and Hawa disobeyed Allah's command, they were sent down from Jannah all the way to earth. They were demoted in a sense. Now, I use the word demoted because when you pause and think about it, when the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was sent down from Jannah all the way to earth, and this was considered demotion, you can actually start to think, you know what, if this dunya that we, with all the pleasures and the wealth and everything that comes with it, to a Prophet of Allah, this was much less than what Jannah is. Now we start to have a better picture of how extraordinary and how unimaginably great Jannah is. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also, in the same story, demotes another being, Iblis. But He didn't send Iblis down to Jannah, He sent him to Jahannam. And we all know very well how rough Jahannam can be. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes it in the Quran, in Surah Al-Nisa. إن الذين كفروا بآياتنا سوف نصليهم نارا كلما نضجت جلودهم بدلناهم جلودا غيرها ليذوقوا العذاب إن الله كان عزيزا حكيما. Indeed, those who disbelieve in our verses, we will drive them into a fire. Every time their skins are burned, we will replace them with new skins so that they may taste the punishment again and again. Indeed, Allah is ever exalted in might and wise. Then there's also the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, where he asked Jibreel ﷺ, why is it that Mikael, the angel, never smiles? To which Jibreel ﷺ responded, Mikael has not smiled since the day Jahannam was created. Even an angel, subhanAllah, even an angel who's up there with Allah, who sees how merciful Allah can be and how great Jannah is, he hasn't smiled ever since Jahannam was created. This should terrify us a lot. And Adam alayhi salam, who was sent to us which was a temporary world, this was a reminder for us that the dunya is not our home. It's our temporary home. When you're visiting a country and you may have a layover in another country, the apartment you might stay in or the house you might stay in, it's not necessarily the final destination. It's just a place to stay in for a little bit to reach the actual destination. That's what earth is. That's what the dunya is. With Jannah being the final destination. And there's also a reality that we cannot ignore, that death is coming, death is certain. But we also don't know when death will come. I also read a terrifying statistic recently that scientists estimate that at any moment, there are around 2,000 nuclear weapons that are ready to launch with just a button. At just a button, all of our lives can be taken away, just like that. So we have no idea when death will come to us. And I'm not trying to say this to scare anyone. I'm just saying that life is very fragile. And, death can come today, it can come tomorrow, or it can come decades from now. We never know. And I came across, just to wrap up, I came across a quote recently. And it's not a hadith, it's not an ayah, but it's a quote I saw on the internet. Death, okay, so let's assume that death and life are people first, just for the sake of this. Death asked life, why do people love you but hate me? Life replied, because I am the beautiful lie that people enjoy, and you are the painful truth that people avoid. And isn't that so true though? We treat the dunya like, we have to get everything done here. Everything that happens in the dunya is very important. We need to, get the best this, get the best that. And although, not to be sound pessimistic, of course, the dunya is a great place. We're supposed to do our best to get a good career, a good job. We're supposed to do all these things to help out, with our family, help out, to donate. We're supposed to do all these things. But it's so very important that we keep in the back of our head that this is not the final destination. This is the layover in a sense. And let's also not forget the stories of the Prophet Adam alayhi salam. We can take a lot from the story and just keep in mind, and you just always remember that Jannah is something that we can never imagine. We can never describe it. Even with everything in the Quran, we still don't know how awesome Jannah is going to be. So keep that in the back of your head, and inshallah, we can remember this throughout the rest of our lives. May Allah guide us, protect us, and grant us Jannah, inshallah. Subhanakallah, bihamdik, shada la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.